Now, this is our classic EMU SP1200. I'm going to talk about some features on the machine that you probably need to know. For one, whenever you're moving your SP1200, always put a floppy disk in your disk drive. These disk drives are fragile, known to break. Be very careful with your floppy disk drive. That's very important. So if you're going to travel, put a disk in, lift it up, take it where you want to go, put it back down, make sure this is still in there. If you want to change this, change it. I normally leave a disk in my machine constantly. That way that even if I have to pick it up for a second, the disk drive is intact, it's not moving around or anything, and there's a disk inside there to make sure that, it's tight. That's important to know when using your SP1200. Now this is old technology. It's pretty old. So it doesn't have the really pristine sound that the brand new machines have. The reason why it's pop is a dirty, gritty sound. And you'll notice, I'll turn this volume up, turn the volume up over here. There's a little noise always in the machine. Like it's a grounding or some sort of noise or whatever. This is a classic in these machines. It's old. It's always going to have this sound to it. This is way up. This is too loud actually here. I can play a beat I have here. Turn the sound down. And you'll hear the beat there. Turn the volume up on this side. It's got a nice little punch to it. That's why it's used. That's why guys like it. It's got a different gritty bottom sound to it. And a little different with the quantized function than actually using a swing in here. So swing is slightly different, but really funky as well also. So be careful. Listening back to the machine, make sure that you have a proper output, and you're going to hear some noise in the background. Even when you sample, might be a little bit of noise in the back of that sample. Okay, so on the SP1200, some sounds can be filtered or unfiltered. And this is done by sticking a cable in the back of the output of our SP1200. We'll show that later on. I want to demonstrate something first though. I'll play a little beat right here. This is my volume control. As you can see, turn this down. It's just still playing. Now the reason why that's still playing is because that one sound, this snare sound, has a separate output. And it's coming out the back of this machine here. I'll pull the cable out, and that's in output 7. So I'll press stop here, and the sound is right there on that pad. I'm going to press setup. We'll press 1, then we'll press 7. And this is our channel assign. So we're going to assign a channel output. So here, that's my sound. I want to move it maybe to 8. Now we don't hear it anymore. Remember, this is down. Turn this back up. And now we hear it. That's because I have a cable in the back of 7 in the back. That's my filtered output. So we've got these filtered and unfiltered outputs that we can assign particular samples to, which is really cool in a sense. That's why our machine became somewhat popular, because you can actually filter some of your sounds down. Because you got to remember, there is some noise coming out of this machine. It's an old technology, so it's not super tight, but it's got this old, really nice, hard-hitting sound, which guys loved back in the 80s when they were using this machine a lot. Okay, next I'm going to turn this bad boy off here. I'm going to turn it around. I want to get an idea of what I'm talking about here. And check out the back of this bad boy. Throw this down a little bit. And we're going to check out the back here. Now, as you can see here, we've got these outputs right over there. Now, right here, our sample, of course, our mix out. But here, 1, 2, 3, these are unfiltered outputs right here. Nothing's filtered coming out of here. Now here, ring equals filtered, okay? And here, unfiltered is 7 and 8. So we have tip, and then we have ring, and we have unfiltered. So tip, let me get a cable right now. You can see this. This is the tip. This right here. And that's the tip. You want to insert that little bit of end right there into there, right? And this is the ring. This is the tip, and that's the ring right there. So I insert it here. I'm going to go tip. I'll insert it right over here like that. Just like that, just like that a little bit. You know what I mean? Just like in there like that. And ring, we're in there, just like that. So this is tip, and there's ring in there. See that? Insert it. So as you insert it and you play the sound, you'll get this little filter that'll happen on your SP1200. Now here, these are unfiltered. So I can just put it right in here. It's unfiltered all the way. Put it in, it's unfiltered. That means it's pure the way you actually sampled it. Filtered means it adds a little filter to it. So it sort of gets rid of some of the high end, and you get more of a filtered lower sound out of your sample that comes out of that output. That's actually set for, it says here, ring equals filtered. Now also, when using your SP1200, like right here, you'll notice here we have this Metronome out. And I prefer to use this Metronome out rather than use the little knob that's on the front of the machine, because it's just a stronger signal output. So I prefer to put a cable in here and use a direct Metronome out into my system. I can hit the click track, I can control it and lower it up and down, and it's a much louder signal for me. And I prefer to use that than using the internal one. We have this little knob on the front you can turn, and that's what you would use for your control of the audio volume of your Metronome out. Now also, this machine comes with a fuse. I haven't seen that in years, and we just have to replace this fuse every now and then. So be with us. Your machine doesn't work, you got a problem with it, and there's no power, you may have to replace this fuse. It's very important to know, all right? Now also, the SP1200 tends to get very hot. If you're sitting around playing with it for a long time, the back of this machine will get really, really hot. I guess particularly the blue ones. This black one hasn't gotten as high as the blue ones has gotten. Maybe I don't use it as much, that's probably why. But when I did have long sessions and I did work the machine, it got so hot you can almost fry an egg on the back of this. And don't worry about it, it's okay. But it does get real hot back here if you keep it on all day and you're having fun playing with your toys. So be aware of that.